The assessment. The Zetherian warship Inevitable Conquest emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, its crystalline hull reflecting distant starlight. On the command bridge, Captain Mira Vex studied the small blue-green planet displayed on the main view screen. Her silver scales shimmered as she circled the holographic projection, 4 arms crossed behind her back in contemplation. Third planet from the star. Designation: Earth, announced Science Officer Kral. Atmosphere nitrogen-oxygen mix. Surface primarily water. Single sentient species dominates: humans. Vex nodded, her vertical pupils narrowing. And their defensive capabilities? Minimal, Captain, replied Tactical Officer Zorn, his voice conveying confusion. Primitive satellites. No planetary shield. Rudimentary chemical propulsion vessels. Some nuclear weapons, but nothing that could threaten our fleet. Interesting, Vex mused. Yet according to our intelligence, 17 different spacefaring civilizations have bypassed this system in the last century. The Galactic Expansion Registry shows no conquest attempts in over 300 years. An uncomfortable silence fell across the bridge. The Zetherian Empire had expanded across 12 star systems through careful target selection and overwhelming force. Earth, with its abundant resources and strategic position, seemed an ideal conquest. Yet something wasn't adding up. Perhaps, ventured strategic analyst Vex, we should consult the historical archives before proceeding. Vex hissed softly. We are Zetherians. We do not hesitate when opportunity presents itself. Her clawed finger tapped against the holographic Earth. However, proper intelligence is essential for efficient conquest. Deploy stealth probes. I want comprehensive planetary scans. And establish communication with our informant among the Aldebarani traders. I want to know why this prize remains unclaimed. Hours later, in her private quarters, Vex reviewed the incoming data with growing frustration. The probe reports confirmed the tactical assessment. Earth possessed no significant orbital defenses, no advanced weapons platforms, not even a unified planetary government. Instead, the humans divided themselves into nearly 200 separate political entities, often in conflict with each other. Computer, display historical records of Earth interactions with alien species, she commanded. The holographic display flickered. Limited data available. The computer responded. 3 documented conquest attempts. Proxima Centauri Coalition, 2157 Earth calendar. Rigelian Hegemony, 2293. Taurian Empire, 2412. No further details recorded. No further details. Vex's frills extended in irritation. What was the outcome? Unknown. No fleet returned to provide mission reports. Vex's eyes narrowed to slits. Entire invasion fleets don't simply vanish without explanation. Yet the sensor readings from Earth showed nothing capable of defeating advanced alien armadas. A chime interrupted her thoughts. Captain, came Kral's voice, the stealth probes have detected something unusual. Periodic energy signatures emanating from all continents, oceans, and even Earth's moon. The signatures do not match any known human technology. Show me, ordered Vex. The holographic display shifted to show Earth again, now with pulsing points of light scattered across its surface. The energy signatures appeared briefly, then vanished, seemingly random in their occurrence. Analysis, Vex demanded. Inconclusive, admitted Kral. The signatures appear artificial, but don't match any weapon system in our database. They could be anything from communication relays to sensor arrays. Vex made her decision. Prepare a reconnaissance team. We'll observe the humans directly before committing our forces. I want to know what we're facing. 2 days later, disguised using advanced holographic technology, Vex led a small team to Earth's surface. They chose a location called Tokyo, one of the planet's larger population centers. The sensory assault was immediate. Countless humans moved through crowded streets, surrounded by towering structures and blinding lights. Their technology is primitive, yet more advanced than our scans indicated, muttered Zorn, disguised as a human businessman. These communication devices are surprisingly sophisticated. And notice their vehicles, added Krall. Simple combustion engines, yet efficiently designed. Vex remained silent, her attention caught by something else. Among the crowds, she spotted individuals who moved differently, too smoothly, too purposefully. One such figure, a tall human with unnaturally perfect posture, briefly made eye contact with her before disappearing into the crowd. "We're being watched," she said quietly. "Impossible," replied Zorn. "Our disguises are perfect. No human technology could detect us." "Nevertheless," insisted Vex, "we've been identified." Her suspicion was confirmed minutes later when a young human female approached them directly. "The Cafe Starlight has excellent refreshments for travelers," the woman said with a smile that didn't reach her eyes. "Perhaps you'd care to join me. I believe you'll find the conversation enlightening." Vex hesitated, then nodded. Tactical protocol suggested this could be an information-gathering opportunity. The woman led them to a small establishment tucked between larger buildings, where a private room awaited them. Once the door closed, the woman's demeanor changed completely. She stood straighter, all pretense of human awkwardness vanishing. "I am Ambassador Chirac of the Aldebarani Confederation," she said, her holographic disguise briefly flickering to reveal blue skin and compound eyes. "And you are Zetherians, quite far from your territory." Vex deactivated her own disguise. "You've been monitoring us." "Earth is always monitored," replied Chirac simply. "All visitors are. It's part of the arrangement." "What arrangement?" demanded Vex. The ambassador gestured for them to sit. "You're clearly new to this sector, or you would know. Earth is special. It exists under the protection of 17 different civilizations, including my own. This protection is not publicized, for reasons that will become clear." Vex's frills flattened against her neck. "Protected? By whom?" "Our scans show no defensive infrastructure." "Your scans show what humans allow them to show," said Chirac. 300 years ago, the Proxima Centauri Coalition attempted to conquer Earth. They never returned home. Neither did the Rigelians or the Taurians after them. "So the humans destroyed them?" asked Krall. "How?" Chirac clicked her mandibles in what appeared to be amusement. "Not exactly." "Tell me, Captain, what do you know about humans?" "Physically unremarkable," recited Vex. "Short-lived. Technologically primitive. Politically divided. And yet," said Chirac, "they've accomplished something no other species has managed. They've made themselves too valuable to conquer." She activated a small device, projecting a three-dimensional map of the galaxy. Hundreds of trade routes appeared, converging on Earth. "Humans possess something unique, adaptive creativity," explained Chirac. "They solve problems in ways no other species conceives. Where we perfect existing technologies over centuries, humans make unpredictable leaps. They think differently." Vex snorted dismissively. "That doesn't explain their lack of defenses." "Doesn't it?" Chirac countered. "Why build expensive planetary shields when you can make yourself indispensable?" 17 civilizations, including former enemies, now collectively ensure Earth's safety, not out of altruism, but self-interest. "You expect me to believe that primitive humans have become so valuable that advanced civilizations protect them?" Vex's voice dripped with skepticism. "I expect you to verify it yourself," replied Chirac calmly. "While you've been exploring Tokyo, 2 Aldebarani warships and a Syrian battlecruiser have entered the system, responding to your presence. Not to attack you, merely to observe. Should you threaten Earth, however." Vex's combat instincts flared. "Is that a threat, Ambassador?" "A fact," said Chirac. "But there's more to Earth's protection than alien intervention. The humans have their own methods." "The energy signatures we detected," realized Krall. Chirac nodded. "Humanity's final line of defense, never fully deployed, but tested against each would-be conqueror. The specifics remain classified even to allies. I need to report this to High Command, Vex said, rising. If Earth is indeed protected by multiple civilizations. Before you leave, interrupted Chirac, there's one more thing you should know. The humans are aware of your presence. They've been tracking your ship since you entered the system. If you doubt me, scan for quantum signatures around Earth's moon. Back aboard the inevitable Conquest, Vex ordered the scan. What they found stunned the entire bridge crew. A massive energy signature, previously undetected, emanating from the dark side of Earth's moon. How did we miss this? Demanded Vex. Advanced cloaking technology, admitted Krall reluctantly. Far beyond our capabilities. Vex stared at the view screen, her certainty faltering. We need more information before proceeding. I want to understand exactly what happened to those other fleets. Captain, called Communications Officer Rel, we're receiving a transmission from Earth. On the view screen appeared a human female in a simple gray uniform, her expression neutral. This is Director Chen of Earth Defense Network. Cytherian vessel, we've monitored your reconnaissance activities. Your interest in our planet has been noted. Vex stepped forward. I am Captain Mira Vex of the Cytherian Empire. We need no. Please, interrupted Director Chen with a slight smile. Let's not insult each other's intelligence. Your stealth probes, your disguised landing party, your ship's weapon systems, currently running silent diagnostics. You're assessing Earth for potential conquest. Vex's scales rippled in surprise. The human couldn't possibly know about the weapons diagnostics. We have a proposition, continued Chen. A demonstration, rather than an explanation. Bring your ship to these coordinates. Numbers appeared on the screen. Come alone, Captain. See for yourself why Earth remains independent. As the transmission ended, the bridge erupted in debate. It's obviously a trap, insisted Zorn. Yet the Aldebarani ambassador confirmed multiple alien powers protect this world, countered Krall. We need to understand why. Vex raised a hand for silence. We came for intelligence. Now we'll get it, directly from the humans themselves. Her eyes fixed on the blue planet. Set course for the coordinates. It's time to learn Earth's secret, the revelation. The inevitable conquest approached the coordinates transmitted by Earth's defense network, a remote area in the Atlantic Ocean. Captain Vex stood on the bridge, silver scales gleaming under the command console's lights, her posture rigid with alertness. Sensors detect nothing unusual, reported Science Officer Krall, his elongated fingers dancing across holographic controls. Just ocean and atmosphere. Maintain battle readiness, ordered Vex. All cloaking systems active. The ship hovered 5 kilometers above the ocean's surface. Minutes passed in tense silence. Perhaps the humans are testing our patience, suggested Tactical Officer Zorn. Or perhaps, Vex replied, they're seeing if we followed instructions. She opened a communication channel. Earth Defense Network, this is Captain Vex. We've arrived at the specified coordinates. Director Chen's face appeared on screen, calm and unsurprised. So you have, Captain. And with your weapons charged, shields raised, and additional vessels waiting in hyperspace just beyond Jupiter. Not exactly coming alone, as requested. Vex's frills flared in shock. The backup vessels were a contingency known only to her senior officers. A demonstration, continued Chen, requires trust. But since you've shown little, we'll adapt. Her expression hardened slightly. Watch carefully, Captain. This is a fraction of what awaited the Proxima Centauri coalition. Without warning, the ocean beneath the Cytherian ship began to churn. Water parted as massive structures emerged, sleek, glistening platforms rising on hydraulic pillars. Within seconds, dozens of launch tubes oriented themselves toward the inevitable conquest. Energy signatures detected, shouted Krall. Massive power buildup. Evasive maneuvers, ordered Vex. Prepare tow. Before she could finish, pinpoints of light erupted from the platforms. Not missiles or energy weapons, but hundreds of microscopic drones swarming toward the Zetherian vessel. "They've penetrated our shields," reported Zorn in disbelief. "How is that possible?" The drones surrounded the ship, creating a glittering cloud visible through the viewports. Then, simultaneously, they attached themselves to the crystalline hull. Ship systems began shutting down. Weapons, engines, communications, even life support flickered momentarily. "They've accessed our central computer," Krull said, his voice uncharacteristically shaken. "They're learning our systems, adapting to them." "Impossible," whispered Vex. "Our encryption is being deciphered," interrupted Director Chen, still visible on the functioning view screen. "Those nanodrones are analyzing and adapting to your technology in real time. A human specialty. Rapid adaptation." Vex watched in stunned silence as her mighty warship was effectively neutralized without a single destructive shot fired. "This is merely one defense system," continued Chen. "There are others, on land, in our atmosphere, orbiting our planet, and yes, on our moon. Each designed by humans working in concert with different alien allies, each continually evolving." The director's expression softened slightly. "Now, Captain, shall we have that conversation? Your vessel will be released once we've concluded." Hours later, Vex found herself in an underwater facility, seated across from Director Chen in a surprisingly comfortable chamber designed to accommodate various alien physiologies. 2 other humans were present, an elderly man introduced as Admiral Takahashi, and a younger woman named Dr. Patel. "You understand our dilemma," said Chen. "Earth is resource-rich but comparatively defenseless against advanced civilizations, or would be, without certain advantages. Your alliance with other alien powers," stated Vex. "That's part of it," agreed Admiral Takahashi. "But not the beginning of the story." Dr. Patil activated a holographic display showing Earth's historical timeline. 300 years ago, Earth was discovered by the first extraterrestrial civilization, the Arcturians. They came as explorers, not conquerors. We were primitive by their standards, but something about us fascinated them. "Our creativity," added Chen. "Our adaptability. While other species evolved toward specialization, humans remained generalists, problem solvers who thought laterally rather than linearly. The Arcturians established trade," continued Takahashi. "Technology in exchange for human innovations, art, music, literature, but also unexpected applications of their own technology. Where they saw a propulsion system, humans reimagined it as a medical device." Vex's skepticism remained evident. "And this was valuable enough to protect you." "Not initially," admitted Chen. "When the Proxima Centauri coalition arrived 50 years later, they saw only a primitive world ripe for conquest." The hologram shifted to show a massive alien fleet, insectoid vessels resembling metallic hives. "We were outmatched," said Takahashi. "But humanity has always excelled at asymmetric warfare. We couldn't match their firepower, so we didn't try. Instead," continued Dr. Patel, "we infected their systems with self-evolving algorithms, viruses that adapted faster than they could be countered. We turned their own technology against them." "The Proxima fleet never returned home," concluded Chen, "because we reprogrammed their navigation systems. They're still out there, patrolling the edge of this system, now as Earth's first line of defense." Vex's vertical pupils widened in shock. "You subverted an entire invasion fleet." "We did," confirmed Chen without pride or apology. "And when word spread, something unexpected happened. Other civilizations became interested, not in conquering us, but in trading with us." "The Syrians were next," said Takahashi. "They recognized the potential of human innovation. They offered protection in exchange for exclusive rights to certain human creations." "Then the Aldebarani," added Patil. "Then others, each seeking what only humans could provide, unpredictable creativity applied to ancient technologies." The hologram expanded to show the current state of affairs. Earth at the center of a complex network of alien civilizations, each connected through trade, technology exchange, and mutual defense agreements. The Regelians and Taurians didn't believe the stories, said Chen. They attempted conquests anyway. Each time, we demonstrated why that was unwise. Each time, we added their technology to our defenses. Which is why, concluded Takahashi, our planet appears defenseless. Our true strength lies in our relationships, and in technologies we've adapted from those who tried to conquer us. Vex sat back, reassessing everything she thought she knew about this supposedly primitive world. You're saying Earth's greatest defense is its usefulness. Precisely, smiled Chen. Why conquer what freely provides greater value through cooperation? The 17 civilizations that protect us do so out of self-interest. Our innovations fuel their economies, solve their scientific challenges, revitalize their cultures. And when someone doesn't recognize that value, continued Vex, understanding dawning, they receive a demonstration, confirmed Chen, as you did today, as the Proxima Centauri Coalition did centuries ago. Back aboard the inevitable conquest, now released from the nanodrone's control, Vex faced a difficult decision. Her mission parameters were clear: identify conquerable worlds. Yet everything she'd learned suggested Earth was anything but conquerable, not through conventional means. Your recommendation, Captain? Asked Krall as they reviewed the astonishing data gathered during their encounter. Vex stared at the holographic representation of Earth, a small planet that had somehow transformed vulnerability into strength through creativity and alliance building rather than military might. We return to Zetheria, she declared finally, and we recommend Earth as a potential trading partner, not a conquest target. The High Command won't be pleased, warned Zorn. They will be once they understand the opportunity, countered Vex. Imagine Zetherian technology, enhanced by human innovation. Imagine access to 17 other civilizations' markets through Earth connections. She gestured to the view screen where Earth's blue-green surface rotated peacefully. That planet isn't defenseless. It's defended by the most powerful force in the galaxy, mutual self-interest. And we would be fools to stand against it when we could benefit from it instead. As the inevitable conquest prepared to depart the Sol system, Vex received one final transmission from Director Chen. Captain Vex, said the human, our analysts predict the Zetherian Empire will face resource challenges in the Rigel sector within 3 years. We have specialists experienced with similar problems. Perhaps when you return, we might discuss a mutually beneficial arrangement. Vex's silver scales rippled with newfound respect. Perhaps we might, Director. Perhaps we might. The Zetherian warship slipped into hyperspace, leaving Earth behind, not as a conquest delayed, but as a lesson learned. The seemingly defenseless world had revealed the most sophisticated defense of all, making itself too valuable to conquer. In the centuries that followed, the Zetherian Empire joined the growing number of civilizations that protected Earth's independence, not out of charity or fear, but because a free Earth, constantly innovating, constantly creating, constantly surprising, was worth more than any conquered world could ever be. And across the galaxy, potential conquerors heard the same advice. Earth is not to be invaded. Earth is to be traded with. Those who ignored this wisdom never returned to explain their mistake.